Hey, thanks for joining me for Sermon Slice, and welcome all you Hillsiders, and I'm glad you're checking in with me today. Sermon Slice is going to be a portion of Sunday's message for weekday application. Now, you know, this past Sunday we had Consecration Sunday, and it was our opportunity as a church to together fill out the estimate of giving cards. And those cards, when tallied up, become the base of our budget for the new fiscal year, which starts May 1. So by filling it out here in March, it gives us a couple of months to form the budget and bring it back to you as a church for a formal decision. And so we look forward to that at the beginning of May. As we talked on Sunday, we looked into the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 1 to 7. We learned about how the church in Jerusalem was going through a difficult time. And so Paul was talking to the church in Corinth about that need, and he was referring to the churches in Macedonia and how they had responded. These two churches in Macedonia, Philippi and Thessalonica, those two churches had just been unbelievable in the ways that they had responded because God's grace was in their lives and in their church. And God's grace was transforming them. And it's only by God's grace that they could do what they did. And that is, in the midst of their trials and in the midst of their poverty, they found joy. I don't know about you, but it seems like whenever I think of joy, I think of everything going well, not when things are in a hardship or a difficulty. But they had trials, they had poverty, they still found joy. And what that did was that brought up rich generosity within them. In fact, they were so excited about giving, they were eager to do more. They were privileged, they were honored to be able to give. And what that did for them was it helped them to be able to give not only what they were able to give, but to go beyond. And so when we think about giving beyond ourselves, it first starts with God, His grace at work in us, transforming us, helping us to see how we can do these kinds of things with God's grace and power and strength within us. And then we can say, God, you know what? I'm with you, and I want to believe for great things. So when we're able to give, it's usually wrapped up around our finances, our budget, that it all fits in and it's just right and there's no real challenge. But when we give beyond, that's where faith and believability and going forward in great bounds comes into play. So as we go forward as a Hillside Church, I pray that this week we will be able to see God at work in our midst, that we'll be able to realize great gains because of giving beyond ourselves. So this week, Hillside family, I pray that we'll be charged up over what God has been doing. The initial results are looking positive. We want to encourage everybody to participate. We want to encourage everybody to step it up so that we can together reach our master plan and our vision. Hey, thanks for joining me on Sermon Slice for this week. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.